States Attorney for the Eastern District of North Carolina. My name is Ellis Boyle. I'm from here, from Edenton, North Carolina. Grew up there, went to Davidson College. Been in North Carolina, other than a few government jobs, pretty much my whole life. Love North Carolina. Very proud of Eastern North Carolina. Happy to be back here. We have a very clear mission. I will state it directly, that in the Eastern District of North Carolina, United States Attorney's Office, we will protect law-abiding citizens, we will win trials, and we will hold criminals accountable. We have a few priorities that we've been given from President Trump and Attorney General Bondi and the Department of Justice that we will focus on here under this term. One is combating illegal immigration. We will stop dangerous actors who pose threats to public safety and our national security. We will focus on eliminating cartels and transnational criminal organizations. We are going to push to completely remove these folks out of Eastern North Carolina. Fentanyl is killing our children. It would be a priority for this office as it is for this Department of Justice. We will disrupt these organizations. Nobody's making fentanyl in Eastern North Carolina, where our children are dying from, and we're going to stop that. We're going to establish Homeland Security Task Force and work on Operation Take Back America. We will surge resources to that priority of the Department of Justice. You actually reported on this. I think I only have the WREL, but I think the rest of y'all got it too. Operation Restore Justice in May of 2025. There were 205 child predators taken out across the United States. 3 of them were in the Eastern District of North Carolina, including bad guys from Wilmington, Bolivia, and Lewisburg. We had 3 convicted felons who had been removed prior from the United States of America and came back. And we convicted them, and they're sitting in prison right now. That would be Ezequiel Andres Antonio, who had, prior to re-entering illegally, been sentenced for aggravated felony convictions of possession and intent to deliver and sell cocaine. There's an Eduardo Nunez, who had been removed several times for multiple felony convictions, including conspiracy to commit robbery with a dangerous weapon. He also had convictions for possession of cocaine and methamphetamines. And then there's a Martin Reyes Hernandez, who was removed 5 times prior to this conviction and had prior larceny-related felony convictions and conviction for assault with a deadly weapon. These guys are going to stay out under our administration. And then just south here in Garner, in Wake County, we had 3 folks kidnapped a family and terrorized them in their home. And that was just back recently in May also. And they are going to be federally prosecuted. That's Mr. El Dorado Estrada Hernandez and the Duran siblings. And they are, at least allegedly, illegal aliens who should not have even been here, and we are going to bring them justice. We are very excited to work together with the local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies. We're going to help them go after their big, sharp bad boys and get them off the streets. Yesterday, we had a meeting here in the office, and we were very proud to have Nash County Sheriff Keith Stone present. Also, the Wake County Sheriff, Willie Rowe, who's a great partner of ours, present. Raleigh Police Deputy Chief Derek Ford was here. The Director of the SBI, Chip Hawley, was kind enough to join us. And Commander Freddie Johnson from the State Highway Patrol was here. We also had representation from the leadership from our federal agencies, from the FBI, HSI, that's Homeland, U.S. Marshals, the IRS, ICE, sent an ERO representative here, and we had Secret Service here also. We're very proud to work with them. I'm going to be going out on Thursday to eat cheeseburgers with Sheriff Kevin White up in Franklin County, and I look forward to eating a barbecue probably. I don't know what's wrong with Franklin County. And most of these local counties around eastern North Carolina, so this is my glamour shot. It's going to get bigger. But I'm going to meet all these guys, the local police and the DAs, and we're going to work together with them, and we're going to help them clean up their streets. Every action, big or small, will be directed at improving the safety in eastern North Carolina, all 44 counties here. I'll just leave you with the fact that we're going to take down the biggest offenders out there, and we're going to work to get rid of those big, sharp, bad boys and put them away. Thank you for your attention to this matter. I'd be happy to take questions if you have any. Yes,
Hi, Kirk, WRAL. You mentioned a number of priorities. I'm curious if you could highlight one that you feel is the most important that you're going to focus on. What would that be?
It would be directly from hire. We have a mission, and number one on the list is to end illegal immigration, combating illegal immigration. Yes, sir.
U.S. Attorney in the Eastern District includes Raleigh, Center of State Government. What priority are you going to give towards prosecuting political corruption in the state, given that you know, the fact that where you sit here in this position?
Certainly interested in anything that's being done illegally here that would violate any federal crimes, and if you know of anything in particular, we'll take it under consideration, and if it's in our domain and area of practice, we will consider.
Well, last year we reported there was a federal grand jury that was looking into some spending that had been approved by the legislature regarding a nonprofit that got money for domestic violence monitoring, and that federal grand jury extended into looking at how another company that is funded by the legislature got the contract to dredge over on the Outer Banks. Is that something that's on your plate? Can you talk about that?
So you're talking about federal grand jury information? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes?
Yes.
How do you know about that?
Because we got subpoenas that have been filed with state agencies, which are public record.
Okay. I'm fairly new on the job. I believe that information is confidential. I'd be interested in knowing more about that. I'm not going to speak about any specific cases that are under investigation, but I'm sure I'll read about it in your stories if you write about it in the future. Yes, sir.
And during the first Trump administration, your predecessor had made a priority going after people that were alleged to have voted illegally or had violated laws as related to elections. Do you envision that as part of one of your priorities this time around, or do you think that's been addressed quite a bit already?
I would certainly think that we will be looking into that. I don't have any details. I don't know that I could give them to you if I did, but I literally don't at the moment. But yeah, I think that voter integrity and keeping our democracy safe is important. Last time more. Yes, Dan.
Your dad's a longtime judge.
41 years.
Yes.
And counting.
And far back, I think about 20 years now. So how do you handle that, on that election? I mean, cases before him that your office prosecutes, is there how's that supposed to work out?
Great question, and let me just start by saying you're correct. My father has been an active, serving Article III United States District Judge for the past 41 years and counting. Will be 42 in April, maybe May. I was 7 at the time, so. I have just, as you can imagine, an untapped reservoir of respect and pride in everything that he has done, and I think he is an incredible role model for everyone, much less his humble son, who has had the benefit of learning from him and getting his advice over these many years. I won't tell you how long. But the question about specifically how it's going to operate now is, I believe there will be recusals.
So he would not be able to handle cases or that kind of, you talk about recusal or?
The recusal, I believe, usually refers to the judge, and that's what I'm referring to here. And if you can get them on the phone or in person, I'm sure that would be a great interview. So good luck. Yes.
Yeah, along with ABC 11, I know you had mentioned previously that one of the top priorities was going to be, tackling illegal immigration and whatnot here in Central and Eastern North Carolina. Are there any things that you see as far as approaching that makes us unique compared to other states or other areas of the Western North Carolina? Any ways that you plan to approach it, if you can share an insight that really makes a difference here?
I don't have a great answer for that at the moment, and I am learning on the job, trying to do it anyway. I would say just my pre-United States Attorney observation is that every state is a border state now. We need to make sure that our DMV is operating accurately and that we're not allowing folks to slip in and game the system. I'm not suggesting that's happening. Nobody's walking across a foreign border here in North Carolina, but there are plenty of folks getting here. And again, I don't believe there is a fentanyl-producing laboratory in North Carolina, so that stuff's getting here somehow, and that's legal immigration and cartels. Yes, sir.
Personally, was this a job that you 20, 25 years ago, you were at law school at Wake, that this was something that you wanted to do, and help us explain to us the fact that it's my understanding that you still have an interim role on your title. Could you just talk about that and what it means?
Sure. I don't think I knew what a U.S. attorney was when I was at Wake Forest, although I did work in the Western District my third year, so I